Hello, everybody. So, welcome back to another episode of Renewing the Mindset of Young Nigerians in this renewed hope era. We're going to be talking about setting achievable goals and tracking progress. In this episode, it's very important for us to know that it is very vital and important to set goals, right? And while setting the goals, it's also important to track the process. We fall victim sometimes of setting goals and not, at the end of the day, following that goal or achieving that goal. Why? Because we don't track the progress, right? So, how is this relatable to us advancing and developing our country? It is very important and relatable because of the fact that if, like I keep telling us, if we don't improve ourselves in-house, how do we want to improve others outside? So, it is very vital and important that we work on ourselves. And one thing is sure, the more we work on ourselves, the more we see the realities in others and the public. Just like they say, charity begins at home, right? So the way it starts at home, if you do social study or civic education that time in school, secondary school, there was this discussion we had about the family is the smallest unit of a nation or a country. The family is the smallest unit. So definitely it all starts with the family. Yeah. So starting with the family is also like starting with you. Yeah. Because you as an individual, you are a family on your own. You understand? So yeah. So it's very important that we need to learn how to set our goals and tracking them. Right. So I'll give an instance of mine. Yeah. While I'm trying to pursue establishing a standard complaint, like I told you the last episode that I have passion for sound engineering and especially event production management services. Yeah, so I took the next step forward to establishing it as a complaint, right? Establishing an event production management service complaint, right? And it is a goal. That was the goal, to establish the complaint. That was the goal. But there were steps to take. There were things I should do to achieving that goal. So what I did was I liked all the things I need to do to get to establish that complaint, which all started with having an idea of what sound engineering is and how event production is being done, how the industry function, identifying your industry, and identifying the markets, all that. Then I did that. After identifying what was the next stage was to come up with a branding. Right, so I branded my passion that was coming up for the branding of the complaint, which was TS Production. Right, so I branded the complaint name, the logo, the whatever, all that. Then the next step was actually to create a business plan and a business proposal. So I did that. I get that ready. Then the next stage was actually to register the business. Right. I registered it as a business. I incorporated it as a complaint. So I did that with the CAC that was registered it. Then the next thing was to open a corporate bank account, and getting a tax identification number, then opening a corporate bank account. I did that. Then the next stage was getting that was bootstrapping, getting funding to start the complaint itself, which was something I was able to achieve. So all that was highlighted before I proceed to doing it. So because of the fact that I already have a laid down, plan, a laid down goal of what I want to achieve, I was able to track them as time goes. So I had the list of the steps of, okay, these are the things I need to do. Then I started tracking them one by one. Okay, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, till I was able to achieve, halfway to the level of what I want to achieve. You understand? So that is an example of setting a goal and tracking it. You understand? So it is very important for us to do that because it helps in us developing ourselves. Yeah. Then it helps also in developing our country, because once you can develop yourself, once you can develop the people around you, like once the people around you are developed in ideology, in ideas, in information, we have a developed country. So that is why it is very important I take this series, renewing the mindsets of the young Nigerians, because I feel like so many of us are just living life the way it is. We are just like That is why we are not seeing results in our country. That is why we can only lament, we can only cry, we can only shout and be open to the future when things will get better and keep saying, things will get better, all is well, things will get better, all is well. But there are actually things we are supposed to do ourselves to achieving all that, right? So it's just like how we used to say in church about putting your faith to work. Yeah, faith without action is just void. You understand? So there are actions that should be taken in achieving your faith. Like now, when you say you have faith for something, you are believing God for something, you have to pray. That's an action. You have to, if required, you have to fast. That's an action. If required, you have to study. That's an action. If required, you have to take some steps. Okay, let's say you are applying for a job, and you are praying to God, believing God for a job. You are going out with your application letter, going to different places where there are job vacancies and applying. That is a step being taken, right? So that is how it is. Putting God first is very important. Then the next thing is taking action, taking the steps. So it is this actually, once we do them, we actually see the desired result. We can't just keep saying, God will do it, God will do it, God will do it. God will do it, yes. God has his own part to play. We also have our own part to play, which is why I am bringing this series up to renew our mindset, to channel our minds to the right things we're to do, and, see ourselves doing these things and realizing the achievement of bringing our country to the desired place we want it all to be. So next time I'll be talking about another topic, and I will see you again till then. Ensure you share this series to your friend. Ensure you share it to every young Nigerians around you, every youth guys or youth guy, lady around you. I actually particularly would love these people between the age of 12 to 35 to listen to this podcast, to listen to this series. It is very important, because normally in the business world, if they said they want you to empower youth, they'll say between the age of 18 to 35, right? But this is very important, because there's something called catching them young, right? So the earlier the better. So that is why it is very important to start renewing our mindset from a very early stage, from a time where you already know you have a mind of your own, you can think of your own. And I believe the best age for that is the age of the preteen age. You understand? So please ensure you share this with everyone within this age gap. And I actually see us coming together and realizing the plans we have for Nigeria. See you again.